Barry Ferguson is the interim manager. 3 games, 2 wins, 1 loss. What's your verdict on that?
Well, I think I've made my feelings known about Ferguson's appointment to the end of the season. I love Barry Ferguson as a player. I think he's a Rangers legend, one of the best Scottish midfielders of all time. But I wasn't too keen on the appointment, shall we say. Because what we see when the news broke, right? But I think it was Daily Record later on that night. It was later on the night after Clement got the sack. Record broke the news. Ferguson's getting the job, and I was like, I don't buy into it. I was like, take it with a pinch of salt. I was thinking at the time that's got to be Barry's mates, just obviously touting him for the job.
I think a lot of people thought that though, didn't they? Like the Rangers outlets, medias, and stuff. Which was interesting, wasn't it? Because obviously we were all expecting Clement to get sacked. Right? And listen, his duration, his tenure, we can discuss that another time. But right now, Barry Ferguson, as you're seeing it, you're reading it, you weren't believing it.
Yeah, because I was doing Gersnet that night, because obviously we're talking about Clement getting the sack and all that kind of thing. And then one of the guests on the show mentioned that Barry Ferguson's linked with the job, and I was like, don't worry about it. About it. The reason I was saying don't worry about it, because obviously I think it was the general consensus from a lot of Rangers fans that they didn't want Barry Ferguson in charge purely because it's purely because, let's be brutally honest about it, Bobby. He's a failed lower league manager. He's obviously he managed Clyde for 3 seasons, failed on every attempt to get him promoted. Right, left him second bottom of League 2. I don't know if he got the sack, but he left by mutual consent. Then he went to Alaba for a wee bit. Kelty Hearts as well.
They're all right at Kelty Hearts.
Yeah, 2 low in leagues. Not too bad. Not too bad, is it?
Tough crowd.
So then obviously the next day, Go Radio, who Barry also works for, were reporting it, and I was like, okay, this is legit now. This is legit, because that's two of Barry's employers that have broke this news, so it's happening. And it happened so very quickly, where Ferguson was announced that afternoon, and it was all, of course, Barry Ferguson, Alan McGregor, Billy Dodds, Neil McCann. It was like the most staunchest lineup you can think of.
Get the band together, innit? Avengers Assemble. Do you know what? It's so interesting for you to say what you just said there regarding the appointment. I tweeted, "This is not a drill. He's going to be the next manager." Everyone's like, "Shut blah blah." And then I put out there and said, all sentiments aside, it can only go 2 ways, right? Destruction or success, right? And I think the Kelly game, forgive me actually, when it got announced, I was thinking, does he really want to do this? But that's a stupid question, isn't it? Because it's Barry Ferguson. Anything to do Rangers, he will. So you can't blame him for not taking the job. It's ridiculous. Of course, he'd probably do it for free. Well, not in this financial climate, right? Rangers would have probably took that. But okay, he's in the building. I tweeted, no matter what we think, he's in the building. He's here now. Come on, at game. Watch 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, just like the worst. You're just like the worst. It's like, oh, this is going to be a complete disaster. Because you were there, obviously, you were impressed for that. And then I can only imagine what you were thinking. Obviously, a few of the other journalists are just like, "Oh God, this is going to be a riot." Like, it's quite right to think that though, because see those first 20 minutes, it was a car crash, and Ferguson's probably thinking, "Oh God, like what have I got myself into?" And then, of course, I think it was obviously Cherny got a goal right before half time,
which was the key.
That was huge. And then second half, it was a game of 2 halves. It was night and day. Rangers were excellent second half, like. Big City Odessa's your man. He was absolutely outstanding. So he was, and that just the second half though, it was a really good performance. And honestly, I gave Rangers a lot of credit that night because they could have easily have folded. And I think Barry Ferguson deserved a lot of credit that night, purely because of his team talk would have been ruthless. Because you can only imagine what he would have been like. So second half played really, really well. Obviously, Dessa's got a double. Then obviously Barami got the 4th. But it was a good night, and it was great to see obviously Ferguson at the end. Obviously going up to the Rangers fans applauding them off, and you can see the passion.
That was beautiful.
I love seeing that. But of course, one thing I didn't like about what Ferguson done that night when he brought off Nsiala, it was a right decision. 100% was a right decision. But I didn't like how he basically blanked him. When he was coming off, he just basically blanked him. Nsiala had to grab him to get his attention. So I didn't like that from Ferguson, but overall.
But can I stop there, right? Yeah. So, we've all seen the image of him standing over the Celtic player. Business is business. And my point, are we talking about a new generation now where you've played bad, I'll deal with it later. I don't have to hug you in public.
No, it's not like that.
No. I hear what you're saying. No, it's my rebuttal to you, right? Devil's advocate here. You've played rubbish, right? Loving Ciala. Listen, we all tweeted that. I'm sure you said as well, he'll come back strong. Of course he will. It was a proper education of Scottish football for him. I'm not going to say British football, I'm saying Scottish football. He had a tough night, right? Fair play to Barry's took him off. I think in that given time, that window, he's probably thinking, how am I going to win this game of football? And I do think, and Ciala at that point in time was, because of the player we know Barry is, I felt Barry kicked every ball. And it'd have been like, get him off. But as a manager, it's like, I need to take him off to protect him. But I think at that point, he was like, scanning. I need to go. But I hear what you're saying. And that's why I feel like, is it because of the new mental state of the players now that you have to cuddle them, because Salah would have known. He's probably lucky he even got to half an hour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Anyway, he wins it 4-2, right? No problem. Everyone's looking forward to Ibrox. I believe it was it was the parade for Armed Forces. Armed Forces Day, right?
Yeah.
A shout to them and everything. Much love and respect to what they do. Ibrox was flat. Ibrox was flat. The atmosphere, it felt like we were getting told bad news. I mean, this is even before kickoff. What was your thoughts on the Motherwell fixture?
Oh, it was a car crash. It was. Even Ferguson said that as well. In the first half, it was like Motherwell just ran all over the top of Rangers. It was a breeze for them.
Yeah.
It was a total breeze. And Rangers deserved absolutely nothing out of that game. Yeah. It was just diabolical. And honestly, it's just, at this point, Bobby, with Rangers, when they have these kind of results, especially this season, you're just immune to it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very hard for me to get angry. But it's just, I don't even want to waste my energy. Because obviously Rangers obviously went 16 points behind.
Yeah.
And it was just typical. It was just typical. And then I was on press duty for it as well after it. And Ferguson kept us waiting for about 40-45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So, obviously, the Motherwell manager had been in, the Motherwell player had been in, and we're still waiting for Ferguson. So, we all know that Ferguson would have been, going right through them.
A new one.
Yeah. So, Ferguson came in, he was, very open and honest, and he was like, no, you can't get away with that. And he was like, Rangers fans can accept you having a bad game, but they can't accept you getting ran all over the top off like that, And
what did you think of Motherwell?
I thought they were organised, nice and tidy. Yeah. And see some of the stuff that Motherwell were playing on Saturday, obviously, in that Saturday, they were really good. They were so good in the ball. It was like Rangers couldn't get near them. Rangers could not get near them. Anytime Rangers got the ball, they were just lackadaisical with it. It was just, there was no structure. It was just so sluggish. It was just so bad. But I didn't go in too hard on Ferguson after the game, because at that point he only had I think about two training sessions.
Yeah.
So I was like,
no, it was an hour and a half actually. He said they only had an hour and a half or something like that.
So I wasn't going to be too harsh on him, right? And obviously going into the Fenerbahce game, I think everyone in their dug was thinking the worst going into that one.
Do you know what's so funny? I've got a friend, Ross Mitchell. Shout out to Ross Mitchell, right? And he was over there. He travelled, and phoned him, and we were doing voice notes and stuff. And I was like, we'll win. And he's like, nah, we're getting pumped. I was like, just how bipolar we are, right? We'll win. And then, my God.
I couldn't believe I was watching.
Real Madrid.
Oh, unbelievable! It just sums up Rangers Football Club, Bobby, where we can lose to Queen's Park days before the Fenerbahce game, get just played off the park by Motherwell. Then we go to Istanbul, come up against, arguably, in my opinion, the greatest manager of all time. That's just my opinion, right? Like Jose Mourinho, go there and we batter Fenerbahce.
Turn them over.
Yeah, it was. honestly, it was unbelievable, and we deserved it.
Yeah.
We deserved it. We were so good on the night, and you see that early goal, that was so important. Big Dessler stepping up again.